Hi everyone, Tatiana from the Greenbird Bead Kingdom is here, and in this tutorial we are going to continue our Christmas preparations. This time we are going to make different earrings. Remember last time I showed you how to make these gorgeous Christmas tree earrings using crystal bicon beads and some seed beads. You can find this tutorial here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make Christmas wreath that looks kind of like this. Everything I'm using in this tutorial I've took from my store, the Greenbird. The list of the materials I'm using can be found in the description field under this video, so you can go to your local bead store for supplies, or you can go to your stash for supplies if you have any. Don't forget to like this video because this tutorial is going to be awesome, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel because every week we are going to make new tutorials just for you. Maybe you can write something in the comments right now. So go grab your supplies and let's get started. And I know you noticed my gorgeous ring, Santa ring. I've made it myself and we have a tutorial for you. The link to this tutorial can be found here. If you like this ring, you can make one for yourself or the ones you love. For this project, I'm going to use my favorite Fireline beading thread. I'm going to use the Fireline. I'm going to use this thread because it's very useful to work with crystal beads. Because crystal beads, they have very sharp edges, and the Fireline thread can deal with it actually. This is size 11/0. I'm also going to use this golden color of Toho seed beads size 15/0. I'm going to do my beadwork on 2 needles. So I've threaded each end of the thread into separate needle like this. And then I'm taking the left needle and I'm stringing 3 bicon beads in size 3 millimeters. Right needle 1 4 millimeter, and now I'm going to pass with the right needle through these bicon beads, through this 3 millimeter bead here. I'm holding both needles with my right hand and I'm pulling all the beads there to the end of the thread, to the very center of my thread. Your beadwork is looking like this. Okay, let's continue. I'm going to string 1 big bicon bead to the right needle and then small one. To the left needle I'm stringing small one, like this. And now I'm going to pass through this small bead from the right side with my left needle, just like this. Pull your thread, and this is what we have at this point. This is the basic right angle weave actually on 2 needles, where we have right bead always in 4 millimeters, so it has the different size. So then again, string to the right needle 1 4 millimeter bicon bead, then smaller one, and small one goes to the left needle, 3 millimeter bicon, and again. Actually, we are going to make the same thing every time, so I'm going to pass with the left needle through this bicon bead here. Then pull your thread, and this is what we have now. Because we have bigger beads on the outer edge, our beadwork is going to curve. Continue. Right needle 4 millimeter, then 3 millimeter bead, and another 3 millimeter goes to the left needle. Now we're going to make a cross. I'm going to pass through this bead with my left needle, just like usual. Okay, did this. Now pull your thread. This is what we have now. Let's continue. Right needle 1 big bead and 1 smaller. Left needle 1 small bead, and now cross your needles, pull your thread, and again the same thing, big one, small one, and 1 small goes to the left. Pass the left needle through this bicon bead in 3 millimeter, pull your thread, and see, we have already done the half of the wreath. Continue, big one, small one to the right needle, 1 small goes to the left. Cross your needles inside this tiny bead here, pull your thread, and again, big one, small one, go to the right, and 1 small goes to the left needle. Pass with your left needle through this bead here, pull your thread, and again, to the right needle, we're going to string 1 big bead and then 1 smaller. left needle, there goes 3mm bicone bead. Pass with your left needle through this 3mm bicone here. And the last one, we need to have 10 4mm beads on the outer edge. We already did 9, so the last one. Big crystal goes to the right needle, small crystal goes to the left. Okay, we did this. And now we're going to pass with the right needle through this very first bead, this 3mm bicone bead, in the direction from the right side to the left. Okay, pull your thread. Now I'm going to leave this needle for a while. And the left needle goes through the very same bead, but in the direction from the left to the right. Okay, I'm pulling my threads and I'm finishing the ring. We've created this round crystal element. But it's very soft. We need to make it more stiffer. So in order to do this, I'm going to pass through every single bead with my both needles, just to fill the holes of the beads with the extra thread, so that will make them more stiffer. And it won't stay this soft because we don't need this to be that way. Okay, now I'm going to leave it for a while and I'm taking the other thread and I'm going to pass till I reach the first one. I'm doing this symmetrically because I want to keep my tension perfect. So I'm going to make 2 crosses with one needle and then 2 crosses with the other. So this will help me to pay more attention to the thread tension. Okay, I'm here, so I'm going to pull my both ends, so just to make the tension is perfect. And then again, continue, I'm going to take one of the needles and make 2 crosses. Pass through beads of 2 crosses. We're doing this actually for 2 purposes. First of all, I've already told you, we need this to be stiffer. And the second one, the edges of the holes of these crystal beads are very sharp. They will cut the thread and we need to make extra thread passes so our beadwork will stay more secure. So yes, they can cut even the fireline thread. So this is the extra precautions, both together with making this design more stiffer. Okay, I did the whole round with my both threads and see this element, it started to be very stiff, actually more stiffer than it was. It's holding its shape perfectly. Right needle goes from this crystal bead in 4mm and the left one goes symmetrically through this 3mm crystal bead here. Okay, this is the point where we start to add embellishments. Now I'm going to take my right needle and then string 2 golden seed beads in size 15/0, then one size 11/0, and then again 2 15/0. And now see, we're going to skip this bead we're going to skip. We're not going through this bead. We're going diagonally to the next bead here, skipping the one. So we have our thread coming from this bead, and now we are passing through this tiny bead, which is located diagonally, skipping one tiny bead here. Okay, now I'm going to leave this right needle, and I'm going to string 2 seed beads in size 15/0 to the left needle. Okay, I've took 2. And now I'm going to pass through this blue seed bead in size 11/0. And again 2 golden in size 15/0. And now pass through this 4mm crystal bead here. Pull your thread, actually pull both of your threads. See, we've added the first embellishment here. Now let's continue. Again, to the right needle string 2 golden, then 1 red in size 11/0, and then again 2 golden in size 15/0. And now we're going to skip again this crystal bead here. We're not going to pass through it. We're going to pass through this one to the next one. Okay, pull your thread, and this is what we have at this point. And again, take the left needle and string 2 seed beads in size 15/0. Pass through this red bead. pull your thread. Actually pull both of your threads. And again 2 golden seed beads. And now we're going to pass through this crystal bead here. Okay, pull your threads. Okay, this is what we have now. We're going to continue this embellishing process. We're going to cover all the rest with this design. So again, I'm going to take away my left needle so it won't disturb me. I'm going to work with my right first. I'm stringing 2 golden, 1 blue, and again 2 golden. And again, we're going to script this bead, and we're going to pass through the next crystal bead located after this one, here. Pull your thread. Now we're going to leave the thread, and I'm going to work with my second needle, with my left one. I'm stringing 2 golden seed beads, then pass through this blue bead. Then again 2 golden, and pass through this crystal bead here. Again, pull both your threads. Again, let's continue. I'm going to leave my left thread here and working with my right one. String 2 golden seed beads in size 11/0. So we had the blue one, so now we're going to string red one. Again 2 golden. Okay, we're skipping this crystal bead and we're going to pass through this one. Okay, pull your thread. Now take another thread, another needle, and again 2 golden seed beads in size 15/0. Pass through this red seed bead here, like this, pull your thread. Again 2 golden seed beads, and through this crystal bead on the outer edge here. Okay, let's continue. Here I'm going to make another red one. So 2 golden seed beads, 1 red, and again 2 golden. Then pass through this crystal bead here. This is the crystal where we started our embellishment process. So actually it's the last one. Okay, I've pulled my thread and I'm going to take the second needle. I'm stringing 2 golden seed beads here, then pass through this red one. Then again 2 golden seed beads. And through this big crystal bead here. That's it. I'm pulling my thread. I'm bringing these seed beads in their position here. See what we've created? It looks perfect. Now it's time to secure our thread. The securing of the thread process is like always. We're going to pass through several seed beads with both needles, making a couple of knots here and there. I'm going to work on my wrong side now, so the knots won't be visible from my right side. So I'm going to make a knot here. I'm going to catch the thread here in between these 2 crystal beads. Then I'm going to pass through this loop and tighten the knot. Now I'm going to make more bead passes here. I'm going to make another knot here, couple more knots, and we're ready to cut off the thread. Okay, I did this. Cut off your thread. I'm going to do this with my cutters, because actually I like how they work with the fireline thread. Yes, you can do this with your scissors, but not all scissors can cut the fireline thread. Okay, exactly in the same manner we are going to secure the second thread, but before I'm going to do this, I'm going to add a bow here. So I'm going to bring my needle here where I have 2 red seed beads together. So I'm going to pass through several beads in the direction we've made our beadwork just to get to that location. Actually, this is the good thing we're doing, because we are going to make extra passes through all these beads, adding extra thread to the bead holes, and making this more secure and more stiffer. Okay, now I need to bring my needle here, coming from one of these red seed beads. So I'm going to pass through this crystal bead here, and then through this red one. So this is the starting point for adding our bow decoration to the wreath. String 10 red seed beads in size 11/0. So we have the thread coming from it, so we're going to pass through this bead here where the thread comes from it already. So in this direction from the bottom to the top, like I'm showing you. Then again string another 10 red seed beads and again pass through this red seed bead here in the same direction. Okay, we've added the second loop, and if you wish you can stop at this point. But I'm not going to stop now, so I'm going to string another 6 seed beads in red color. I'm pulling them all here closer to my beadwork. And through the rest of these beads, through all these 5, I'm going to pass with my needle through all of them. Like this. Then again, I'm going to pass through this central red bead here. Don't forget to pull your thread tightly. Okay, I'm going to bring all these beads in their perfect position, in their perfect bow position. And again, I've strung 6 red seed beads. Skip the last one, do not pass through this. And now I'm going to pass through these 5 seed beads here. Okay, now pull your thread. And again, I'm going to pass through this central red bead. Okay, the bow is ready. Now we can secure the thread. We are going to do this absolutely in the same manner we did this with the first one. So I'm going to bring this to the wrong side. Don't do your knots on your right side because they will be visible. So we're going to bring our thread to the wrong side of the beadwork here. And only after you did this, only after you came to the wrong side, you can add knots here. And now I can cut this thread and my Christmas wreath is ready. See how gorgeous and beautiful it is. Okay, now it's time to create earrings. I have these nice earring findings and I'm going to put my wreath onto it like this. See, I've created a couple of these without the bows and they look perfect on the earrings. Very nice. I need to try them on now because I can't wait to see how they look on myself. Okay, perfect. And also we can make different style of earrings with the bows both on top of the wreath or in the bottom, like this. So for example, for this design where we have bow at the top, we can use this type of jewelry finding. Earring finding, using some jump ring we can attach it to it and the earring would be look like this. Or you can make this bail finding and make a pendant and create bows at the top or at the bottom. So as you can see, there are many different options. I hope that you will find the way you want to style your Christmas wreath. Don't forget to like this video if you appear to like this tutorial and subscribe to our channel to get more tutorials from us in the future, and write something in the comments. Tell me please which design of this wreath you like more, with the bow on top, in the bottom, or bowless. So don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and come back next week for more nice tutorials. Bye!